Balakrishnan, Minister of the Environment and Water Resources. Mr. Kwek Ling Ju, Managing Director, CD Developments Limited. Now, before I start, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us today for this very important milestone in the project. But more importantly, I need to manage all your expectations because this is my maiden speech since I joined the Environment Council. So please bear with me as I take you through the next couple of minutes. Thank you. My very short address will actually touch on just three important areas: vision, leadership, and passion. Because these three principles were actually what got this entire project started 10 years ago. It's been 10 years ago that Project Eco Office came into everyone's offices, and it was at a time when it was not exactly fashionable to talk about the environment and about conserving the environment, but it was about vision. And I'm sure many of you, if not all of you, will agree that that's how this country was actually built on, having a vision. But with a vision, you actually need solid leadership. And that's why I look to you, recipients of the Eco Office certificate today, and know that it's because of what you drive in your offices on a daily basis, which drives the ethos down into your staff and every single employee in the organization. It's the same ethos which drives CDL. Mr. Kwek himself believes in conserving the environment, in caring for the community, and that's why CDL has got an ethos which is almost impeccable, an ethos which actually is driven down to every level of the employees and the staff. And I would actually ask that every office, it's important for the leader to set the agenda, to set the principles going, so that every employee believes in saving the environment and conserving the resources. And I would like to actually just share a couple of examples of what we found during our audits for 2011. We had the Singapore Examinations and Assessment Board, and they have got a very cute program going in the office. Every single staff member are known as green ambassadors, and they've got little pictures of their own staff placed right before where all the switches are, reminding them that it's important to save the environment, to switch off, to not waste paper. Now that's what the siblings, SEAB, Singapore Examination Assessment Board, they're called siblings. And the siblings actually take the initiative to drive that message with each other and along the staff. Another example, which I thought I actually need to share, is of the Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore. It's now known that because of their online assessment, they have been able to actually cut down on the use of paper to the amount of 26,000 rims annually. And that means that 96% of every one of us are actually putting our assessments online. 96% and 26,000 rims of paper saved annually. If you do the sums, you'll know that it's about $120,000 saved annually in paper. Now that's a large amount of money to be saved in an organization, any organization. So bear in mind that it does make financial sense to actually cut down on usage. Finally, I'll just end off by talking about passion. Passion is what drives a lot of us to do and to actually behave in a certain way. And in the last 10 years, we've had 104 officers which have been certified under the Project Eco Office scheme. This year, we have set ourselves a very clear target of actually matching that 104 officers in this entire year alone. That means what it's taken us 10 years to do, we will do in 1 year, this year. 100 new officers to be Eco Office certified. And let me tell you why I know we'll be able to do it. We have actually rebranded the way our collaterals look to make it more fun, to make it more colorful, to get the message across in a very easy and yet fun way to all the staff in your offices. And I know that it'll make a difference, because if not for wanting to do the Eco Office certification, perhaps just getting your hands on these stickers and these collaterals, you probably want to make a difference in how we get our numbers. But that aside, I think there's an increased amount of awareness on climate change and what's happening globally and how we are very affected by what's happening around the world. And that, I think, will drive people and drive companies to actually nudge each other, to actually look to your left and to your right and remind them that we all need to do our part to make that difference. And finally, let me tell you how I know we will get that 100 new officers this year. When I step into my office every day, I see the passion in my team's eyes. I see the way in which they're going to knock on doors, make those calls, and they will get what we need. Because with vision, leadership, and passion, we will get there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. We will request that you remain on stage for the next part of the program. May we also